I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Because really Raw was the night of Dean. It really was. He made Seth Rollins look foolish over and over and over again.
To the point it even looked like a cartoon. It was like, oh, he's right behind you, Seth. Come on, he's right behind you.
I'm gonna admit, I was amused at that.
It's
bit.
Cute. It was cute.
I'm just like, he's talking, and then Dean just kind of comes up in the background, stares at him, and then walks off. I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty funny.
It got a chuckle.
Yeah.
But it's also at the cost of Seth.
And it's like the burn it down on the door. That was cheesy. It's like Dean Ambrose. You could have had. You tried to make him look like he had like he was Triple H, like he was a cerebral assassin. He was running Seth Rollins around. But it's like the way you do it these days, instead of the way you did it back then when Triple H was big and his cerebral assassin stuff. This is going back to the cartoons, the cartoonish WWE, the 90s, the early 90s, where it's like, oh, he's running around backstage, he's in the spot where the Shield was, the Shield was in bat. But it's like, if you're talking about heat, there's ways to go about it where it doesn't make your faces look completely dumb. And that's, yes, Seth Rollins got one over on Dean, kinda, at the end of the night before Dean had to resort to heel tactics to take him down. But,
okay. Now, since we're still talking about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, let's go ahead and talk about Seth's match with Shinsuke Nakamura.
This was disappointing all the way around.
Well, it started off disappointing, but by the end it actually really started to pick up to the point where I wanted to see more. I want to see these guys go on again.
Yes, I would love to see it happen again. But when you're expecting something, and the...
For me personally, this should have been the Monday Night Raw where Dean gets the one up on Seth.
Yes.
And costs him the match. Which, when you talked about earlier, the fact that they weren't bringing storylines into this show, I feel like it's what hurt them. It's what hurt the match. Pretty much everything that was going on in the match, I was expecting it to what I was expecting to happen actually did happen, except Dean coming in and basically not getting involved, but just showing up.
Yeah.
Basically, to go on with the Raw thing, to have him just show up to the point where Seth actually notices him, and that's where Shinsuke gets the low blow on Seth and the win. Because I understand Vince McMahon wanted a clean sweep for Raw. I don't understand that. I think that's actually kind of stupid because it's just, all in all, it's hurting your other brand, which is the brand that Fox. Yes, it's happening in less than a year. Yes, SmackDown's going to Fox in less than a year. You have plenty of chances to update it to make it, well, Fox-worthy. But Fox-worthy. Sorry, mind wanders.
Redneck humor,
mind wanders. But they could have used this to help Shinsuke because he's in limbo right now, and he needed this win more than Seth does, and they could have used it to the storylines where the storyline advantage, have Dean just show up to a point where Shinsuke gets the one up on him. It does not hurt Seth. It helps Shinsuke in the long run, and it continues on the storyline that even the chasing around all night actually worked to its advantage. Then have Raw end where Seth actually does one up Dean Ambrose, because you got to make Seth look strong at some point. And if you wanted Dean to take Seth down, save it for next week. Right now, don't just worry about the heat. Worry about just making Seth look strong. This is his revenge on Dean costing him Survivor Series. It's better. It's better written stories to have you really invested in your hero or your protagonist.
It's as I said, for this show as a whole. Okay. Survivor Series is a big 4 pay-per-view. It should be a show that matters. But I can honestly say Okay, because you didn't put storylines in it. It was a one-on-one Raw versus SmackDown. This was bragging rights. A minor pay-per-view that means nothing, does nothing for anybody, and actually hurts some of the talent that you have involved. Because Seth Rollins does not need a victory at all. He's at that stage. Okay, where almost nothing can hurt his place in the WWE as of now. But the guy that you had lose clean, okay, what has he done since he won the Royal Rumble? What has he really done? He won the United States title. Okay, what's he done since winning the United States title?
What have they had him do?
What have they had him do? Absolutely nothing. And that lends credence to the rumors that when his contract is up, he's leaving and going back to Japan. So
it's such a shame because he has the charisma to actually do something.
This match basically was the embodiment of how I felt about this pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. And that's
because
fair.
of the fact that no story was involved, and because of the fact, I'll say it, the wrong man won. Okay. It was entertaining. It was entertaining to watch. Yeah, because
we're just saying this right now. It's not just because we got the prediction wrong. This is just we're trying to think what's good storytelling wise. And it's not just because we got this wrong in the predictions. Trust me, it's not that at all.
Yeah,
it's just we want good, entertaining stories, and to a point that it actually helps the talent, not hurts them.
Yeah. So the fact how this match went is the way that this pay-per-view went for me. Yes, it was entertaining. Yes, it was fun to watch. But the wrong man won. A story wasn't told. Okay. And it actually hurts. It hurt your United States champion to the point where it's like, I don't know what you can do with him anymore. I don't. And going to Smackdown the Tuesday afterwards, point stands.
He wasn't even
on the show. So what's happening now?
I've got plenty to say about SmackDown, but if we want to talk about something that's just completely other stupid early 90s stupidity, let's talk about the Raw Tag Team Champions AOP versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions The Bar. Great match. It was actually working to its advantage. Both the Bar
if you could actually pay attention to it, knowing what was going on in the background.
Well, that's only at the end of the match. It was for the beginning of the match. Oh! I know what you're talking about. I'm still thinking. Okay, let's just quickly talk about that. Enzo Amore.
Good God, man!
Trying to troll the show.
That female security guard. Kudos to you. Kudos.
That's just sad.
Yeah.
I love Enzo, but
come on, man.
That's just petty. That's just any chance you had to try and re-sign with this company. Gone because you decided to be an idiot. And
I saw the video.
I saw the video too.
You looked. That female security guard made you look like a bitch, bro.
Well, like she didn't tackle him down. She just threw him, and he's just like, okay, I'm gone. You got me. All right. And the fact that now they had a sign, keep an eye on this guy for Raw the next night. Oh boy. Well, he did make his mark. But
yes, the AOP.
All right, but back to the match
and the Cesaro and Sheamus. It was a good big man match.
It was a good big man match, and just as how I predicted, AOP were obviously the heels in this, and the Bar were booked as faces. And then the child humor, which no child today would actually find funny. is where they have Drake Maverick. First, he puts whichever Tokar, Razor. I know that's not real. I know it's Razor, but I don't give a shit about their names.
Akam and Razor.
Akam? Okay, Akam. Who was it? Akam's foot that he put on the ropes?
I believe so. Okay,
so now Cesaro's chasing after him, leads him to Big Show. I was like, okay, I was expecting this to happen. Big Show tries to get an advantage on Drake Maverick that costs the Bar the match.
So he starts choking him, and it's like, okay.
Choking him. Okay, yeah. Where's the finishing? And then you just see Drake Maverick reaching for his penis, and you're just going, wait, what the hell is this? And that
so they had
match. Drake Maverick. They had a great match. It's all ruined because they decided to do some stupid toilet humor and have Drake Maverick pee himself.
Yes.
The only funny thing about that was Big Show's face walking off screen. You just see him close up to the camera.
He played that real well. He did.
And then AOP got the win. And now, yes, they got the win, but it's at the cost of AOP, who now look like complete and total
jokes.
Jokes. That they had to continue this on Monday Night Raw, where people are laughing at Drake Maverick. Oh, you're in big trouble now. You're in. You're in.
And
God,
then
that segment
now
with Rude
AOP
and Gable sucked.
And now AOP are playing the role of we're the protectors of Drake Maverick's virtue.
Not even just that. It's not even just that. It's the fact of like you hear the crowd chanting AOPP. You are trying to redeem these guys when they put Drake Maverick in to be monster heels.
Not anymore.
And now you completely. Here's my one. You completely fucked that up, just to have some potty humor, to make a 65-year-old man laugh with joy.
Shame on you, WWE.
Shame on you for that stupid, unnecessary shit that even kids today wouldn't laugh. I don't even think it only worked with Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's the only time the piss joke actually ever worked. Austin 316 says, "You just pissed your pants." I'm sorry. That's the only time it worked because it's at the expense of Vince McMahon.
It's at the expense of Vince McMahon, and it was with somebody who could sell it.
It's with someone who, not even just with someone who can sell it. It's just something that it's something normal with them. Austin making McMahon look like a complete idiot. This is different. This is Drake Maverick and AOP were supposed to be booked as a serious faction. And now that gets completely ruined, and I said it last week. They should have been the lackeys for Baron Corbin instead of Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. And now that any chance of that is completely wasted.
And now any chance of them being taken seriously by me ever is gone. I'm sorry.
It's sad. It's really sad because
another opportunity wasted from guys.
And now you have Bobby Roode and Chad Gable beat them in less than a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And now Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, which I'm a fan of. I like those two. Together. I hated them in that segment. I hated that segment in general of them laughing at Drake Maverick in the backstage segment. And now this is just
it goes to the fact that Smackdown Creative treats their tag teams better than Raw's Creative. Raw's Creative treats their tag team division like a complete and total joke, and it shows. So it seems to me.
And now, with that statement, I'll let you get back to yours. And now with that statement, and now that the fact that they're completely ignoring the Tag Team Survivor Series beforehand, that hurts the Survivor Series tag team division as well. That WWE just does not give a shit. Or specifically, Vince McMahon doesn't give a shit about the tag team division on either brand.
Yes. Especially, yes. So, in one fell swoop, you made your Raw Tag Team Champions look bad. You made your SmackDown Tag Team Champions look bad. Because AOPP beat them.
Oh,
that's it.
It wasn't even just that hurt them. It was the fact that I am honestly sick to death